Barak atah Yahweh, Barak atah Yahweh Shai, Barak atah Yahweh, Barak atah Yahweh Shai. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you I say Shalom. And it's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and every cage, Salakia, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. When you read chapter 18, Revelation chapter 18, it goes into the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. Okay, Babylon the Great is America. America is Babylon the Great. You're not going to find the word America in the scriptures, but through the Spirit, Babylon the Great is talking about America. Babylon means confusion. And what you see being pushed out is what? Confusion, rebellion, lawlessness. Okay, the sins reach the heavens. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Okay, and who's ruling Babylon the Great? Who's in rulership? The so-called white man, and in the scriptures, they're known as the Edomites. So verse 2 is talking about, that's going to happen after the destruction. You're going to have different unclean animals dwelling in America. I'm going to get some precepts. This is Revelation 19, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. So after the destruction, okay, this place is going to be burning for a very long time. It's going to soon, die down, and you're going to see different animals, unclean animals, eating and dwelling here. Okay. It's Isaiah 13. It's Isaiah chapter 13. Verse 21. It says, but wild beasts, matter of fact, I want to start at verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, speaking on America, it shall be as Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Well, the Heavenly Father sent fire upon those cities, including Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, and those other cities that was mentioned in the book of Genesis. Because what's going on? Wickedness, rebellion, all right? Abominable acts, abominable deeds. So the Heavenly Father sent fire upon Sodom and Gomorrah. This place is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. So what's the end all be all for America? You really think America's going to be healed? You really think this place is going to continue to go on forever and ever? No, not according to the scriptures. It says, I want to jump to verse 21. It says, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their horses and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So different wild beasts, satyrs, and unclean animals like owls and ravens, and different fowls, unclean fowls, roaches, and it's gonna be here, creeping around. You know, let's get the next precept pertaining to that verse 2 in Revelation chapter 18. So this is going to be Isaiah 34, verse 10. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 10. Verse 8, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. You're right, for his people. Okay, the Lord's going to destroy our enemies because he's it's prophecy, and also he's going to save the elect of Israel. He's the God of vengeance. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord, right? Roughly paraphrasing. Verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. You see? But the Comorant. So people not going to be dwelling in America after the destruction. No, people going to be burnt up here. They're going to die here. It's going to burn for a very long time. You have to remember it's going to be 200 million warheads hitting America. All right. But so after the destruction, it's going to be what? Verse 10, verse 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. You're not going to know where Kentucky from New York. You're not going to know where California from Florida. You know how you got Florida, Alabama, you got, the border, You're not going to be able to tell, oh, this is Florida. Oh, this is New York. This is Las Vegas. This is Maine or New Hampshire. No, you're not gonna know. Okay? Because why? Because the Heavenly Father is going to put the Spirit upon these different heathen nations to shoot missiles, nuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, intercontinental from one continent to the next continent, right? ICBMs. He's going to have these different heathen nations to hit the button and to shoot at her being the great whore, America. It's all prophecy. All right, let's keep reading. Verse 12, they shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof. And it shall be an habitation of dragons, and a court for owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island. And the satyr shall cry to its fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with their mate. Once again, different unclean animals will be dwelling in America. All right. This is Revelation 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, it's become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. You have to remember, America is the biggest import. They don't export anything. The wine represents the philosophies, people, these different nations. 2/3 of our people are drunk off the philosophies of Babylon the Great. Who's ruling Babylon the Great? Esau, Edom. As the rulers, so are the people. People are following the so-called white man. They're following this devil. And if you keep following the so-called white man, the devil, who is that top deceiver on the earth, guess what? You're going to be destroyed. So that wine represents philosophies, okay? Because let's get this quick precept, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. That's Esau. He forces his philosophies on these different nations. Yeah, Kamala Harris going down, I believe, to Uganda, trying to push that alphabet, weird, abominable act on those, on them, and they wasn't with it. Trying to force it down their throat. Oh, you have to accept this, you have to accept that, bro. You see, but that's America for you. That's these people, Kamala Harris and Creepy Sleepy Joe, they're wicked, but guess who voted them in? Even though they're puppets anyway, right? To the elites. But Jake's still voting. Jake's still trusting in his system, because Jake is drunk off the philosophy of the wine of Babylon the Great. So I just want to bring that out real quick. With that, all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakodash. Shalom.